Doug got a new toy. So they just finished the bathroom. It has been absolute vacuum tiled grinding since 8:30 a.m. So that's why I'm on a little bit later, but I think everything is finished. So it's back to just Doug squawking and screaming. Now I was outside. My cheeks are super, super hot. And I'm really, really sticky humid. So I'm gonna put some of this on if I can get it open. There we go. Y'all know I really love this. This is the Typology Mattifying Serum. Y'all know I can't live without my redness serum, which I'm about to put on. Because I thought we'd just do something a little bit more simple today. Like, real simple. Still gonna make some sassy choices. I'm not just throwing on mascara and calling it a day. But I'm gonna try to keep it a little bit more simple than a, say, Feral Monday. So this serum, it just goes on, but then once it dries, it's the right amount of matte. Because you know how sometimes things are so matte and then you can't put makeup over them? This is the perfect amount. I love this stuff. Notice I only put it in the center too. I don't really need mattified out that way. Look at how nice and matte it is now. I feel so much better. I feel like it didn't just suck all the moisture out of my skin, but then I also feel that I don't feel sticky. Let's get this red cheek under control. I'm actually less red. Usually this is the more red one. A little bit there. Nice. Grab our D2. I want to pinpoint here. I'm still going to do the Live Tinted stick wherever that went. And I'm going to use that as foundation and concealer because it's a multi-stick. But I want to use less of it. So I thought we'd do some color correcting. Isn't that fun to watch? Now I'm just going to take, let's start with this one. I'm going to take Chestnut. And I'm going to take that from my lid to my crease. Ooh, yeah, I really like that color on my skin tone. That's really nice. E29. Tap, 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 tap. Tap to transition. These are so blurry and I love them so much. I did a comparison for y'all. I should save it to my highlights. And you know, I don't know. Do you see what I just did? I brought it down because I know it's so much easier to clean there than it is to clean towards the brow or really even anywhere going upwards. So if you feel like you need to take a little bit of the shadow in extra places, take it downwards. I know I'm being dramatic, but it really helps with cleanup. So whenever you see that I have a little bit too much, I always kind of drag it down. Then I'm just going to take the micellar water, just a tiny amount, and it just melts that right away. Same thing in here. Easy peasy. Just picked up Gene because I got Doug and he got Gene, and I heard from the hallway, what a hefty meatloaf. So whenever I don't want to do liner, I love wearing a little cat eyelash. See how it's longer out this way? I'm just gonna add a little bit of lift to the eye without having to draw a wing. And these are the half lashes too. Nice. Now what I do want to do once I get these clamped on is I want to come back and work on my natural lashes right here a little bit, and I'll do that with my Prada mascara, but I want to show you another way I like to do it because it just helps the flow of a half lash. I feel like half lashes are so easy to put on, but sometimes see how it's just kind of stopping, and I know not all of us have a lot of lash here. So let me show you. Gel liner, I can just always trust it to not move around. E26. And since we have this bent angle here, all I do is just kind of push it into my lashes. And not only is it going to push the lashes up. Now, obviously I have mascara on. I always do mascara first. And then I also wait for that mascara to dry. And this can be with the lashes that you already have, no matter what brand they are, but this is just important with half lashes. I'm making sure that I'm getting in between the lash to kind of continue the extension of that half lash. So it's not just stopping right there and then you don't see anything. It really makes a difference on the flow and how natural they can look. And basically all I'm doing is tight lining. But it does help to have a brush that's bent like this, because this can be a little tricky. But if we're just kind of blinking on it, and obviously don't do it into your phone, do it into a mirror. But if you get closer to a mirror and you just kind of blink on this, you're able to continue the lash line and just tight line and give that some depth. So it continues that really nice flow. And then you can pick up a little bit of mascara on this. I'm just here to help. Mascara wands can be tricky too. Even this one, it can be tricky now. And I don't want to get mascara on the falsie because I could lose the floof and change the shape, because mascara tends to do that. So what we could do is we could take our E26 in the mascara. Again, turn it this way. And I'm going to let the brush get a little fluffier so it can just coat these lashes and continue. And now I'm on the lash, by the way. I'm not in the lash line. I'm just on the actual lash. Nice. I feel like what we just did is the easiest way to get a sassy little eye in no time. Remember, my yap adds 10 minutes. But yap can be helpful. All right, let me get this one on. And we're gonna move on. Oh, my mom's making a pumpkin pie. I wanted y'all to know that too. I'm very excited. And I will say, I'm not the kind of person that just jumps into fall immediately. That's not what we're doing. The can was gonna expire, okay? It was expiring like September 1st. We're saving the can of pumpkin. I think that these are my favorite kind of bronzing drops. It's more of a bronzing serum, and we're gonna be real influency here for a second. I don't know why, I just feel like doing this. I need quite a bit of it because I wanna not only, I need to darken and really, really bronze everything up, because I want to use this again, but it's a little bit too light. So I'm just going to smooth this out, and I'm going to use it for all of my face. So it's going to work out. You don't trust the process, but I need that depth, and I need a lot of depth, more than just bronzer, more than just an underpaint. I need to really darken it. But this isn't even scary or unheard of what I'm doing at all. This isn't scary. Everybody just hold my hand. Now, I didn't think I was going to do this, so that's why I color corrected, but it still can make a difference. You can actually not disturb it as much if you tap. But look at how tan this can make me. And I also like how these don't have a smell. Yeah, there's no like floral smell or in particular scent going on there. And I am gonna bring it down my neck. It's actually feel kind of cooling on my face. They don't have a cooling effect, it's just wet. And it feels nice, I'm telling you. I had to go pick up some stuff out of the yard from the vanity that was put together. I did. Let's go ahead and really take this underneath our eyes, because it's gonna act like a color corrector. I'm gonna go ahead and take some down my chest too. Chest and neck. I like that this is a serum. It doesn't feel like anything other than skincare. Okay. Real spookable. I know y'all ran away. Y'all come back here. Let's get this on. Love this. Wore beautifully. 1,000 out of 10. I just need a darker shade, which I was gonna go buy, but they did offer to send it to me. Still kind of gonna, okay, we're just having fun. I'm doing this because I want to see how much coverage we can get with just the dots. I'm not being clickbaity or anything. Sometimes a full swipe of a stick foundation, because they're so emollient and so pigmented, it can be a lot. So that's just something I'm checking out. Let's just see what happens. We can always add more. Ooh, that looks sassy. 42. Yep, I knew that was gonna be a good match. I really am speechless every time I put this on. For a stick foundation, this is one of the most pigmented yet lightweight ones. And I just feel that it gives an instant blur to the skin. And even with these tiny little dots, it's actually not a lot of product. That's what I wanted to see. You don't really need much of it. Now look how good the match looks. Obviously we're gonna keep blending, I'm just yapping. But I am really, really impressed by the formula. And I haven't been the biggest stick foundation lover this year. I think the formula on this one is just right. And when I say that, I mean for really any skin type. Maybe not extremely oily, but oily for sure. Gene Bean hair not included. I miss him, he's in Ben's room. C32. And I'm just gonna do a little bit more detail work. I didn't add any more. I'm just making sure I'm getting really nicely around these fine lines and here. All these little bit harder to reach areas. Like I want a hair more coverage. So I'm gonna take this. I feel like the dot method is going to be really nice with this. A full swipe, we could have too much really, really easily. So that's something to keep in mind. And that's just until you get comfortable with it. You could like an entire swipe. We're not against the full swipe. I just want you, in case you do want to participate in the new Live Tinted Complexion stick, I want to just really understand it so we can understand it before you go invest in it. Yeah, perfect. This intrigues me, and I know this is going to be wildly pigmented, so I'm kind of excited. And I don't feel like I've used a bubblegum pink in a while. And let's talk about placement. What am I doing here? I'm kind of using this as a blush transition. It's more about, oh yeah, I knew this was gonna be pigmented. Look at how fun this is. I wanted more of a soft pink under eye. I'm still gonna use my Givenchy powder. So I thought this would be really nice for a transition once I find a different color that I want. Oh, that's so good. Okay, if you want a super, super pigmented bubblegum blush stick, I think I just found it. And you know what? I'm not getting too much of a gray cast either. Ooh, I love it. Oh, you don't go anywhere. I know we're in Spookable Town. And this is very, very light. And this isn't for everyone. We're having fun. I'm gonna take my C41. I'm gonna start to melt that. I don't have anything on this. Melt the edges, and then I'm gonna go find a shade that I wanna transition into. Oh, I love this song. Okay, so I really like this formula. It very much has a setting powder vibe to it. I'm gonna pick it up on a C41. Come nicely, that picks up. Perfect. Remember, we still have to set here. It's gonna look fun. I really like this color. Now it's time to set with our Givenchy powder. And when you bring a blush up that is in the realm of your concealer color, because not everybody is a cool undertone like me. So even if you had a super light peach blush and you bring it up as high as I brought up that pink, what happens is it just all becomes so seamless that you get this airbrushed blush effect. And it's really fun. And y'all know I don't do this every day, but sometimes I just get a hair and I just want to have a little fun. I'm in the part of the year, I swear it's only for a week, that I can wear MAC Give Me Sun, because usually it is so yellow on me, but I'm at my toasty tan, especially with the bronzer underneath. I'm at my toastiest. So if I take a C40 and I just give a little wispity wisp tap, I can wear Matte Give Me Sun. I'm wild. Plus, I thought it would be really pretty with how that transitioned out, and then put a little there. Just gonna let it run so you can watch me bronze. I want to wear Fresh Moroccan again. I'm gonna do a rough draft with my lip liner, but remember this one? I fell in love. We all loved it. It is a frost, but it's a warm frost. So a lot of frosts, they can be really silvery and cool, but this one's actually really warm. And this lip liner is gonna be perfect with it. I know so many of us don't like frosts, but why not? Especially these warmer tone ones. That is so pretty. I just feel like this lip glows and it's so pretty. And when you have a frost, they actually wear a really, really long time, as opposed to, I mean, we're still talking bullet lipstick, but as opposed to anything really glossy or even anything really, really creamy, because the way that they dry down though, again, it's because there's so much sparkle in them. They're a little drier anyways. So don't ask, it's a puppet. But anytime you have something that's just a little bit drier, it's not uncomfortable. It doesn't feel dry like that, but sparkles always kind of dry things out a little bit. Therefore, they tend to last longer. I went wild. I did. I'm not even gonna sit here and be like, oh, I held back. No, I have on ombre blush, a frost lipstick, and we'll give that to me. It's at least the lightest form of a smoky eye. Nonetheless, there's always something to take from the tutorials, and I feel like there's still a lot of helpful information here. Even if we don't put it all together the way that I did, we can take from what we've just talked about here, even down to the white base of the blush, learning the transitions. You could transition what you already have. I really do these to kind of even excite you with things that might already be in your collection. I'm actually getting a lot of DMs about blushes that we already have and how we could pair them. So that's really, really heartwarming. I love that. I love you with all of my heart. I am going to go hop into a meeting. This worked out. Perfect timing on that one. I love you. I'm going to post tonight, so I'll see you there. Bye for now.